Good luck, everybody. Get the wrapping off this. Goodness. Okay, there we go. Let's begin. All right, we will rotate through these. Good luck, everybody. I think I'll need some more top loaders already. I'm usually more prepared for this. All right, good luck, guys. This will be on YouTube by morning. And if you do poorly, I will add in for you. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Marlon Humphrey, Aaron Jones, Darren Waller, James Harrison, Miles Gaskin, Jerry Rice, Charles Tillman. We got a Otis Anderson for the Cardinals. Adam Thielen on the Touchdown Masters. Montana on the Will to Win. Micah Parsons going to the Cowboys. Nice. And a Tutu Atwell for the Rams. We got a Deion Sanders for Dallas. Minka for Pittsburgh. And a Daz Newsome going to Chicago. And thanks for bearing with me here, guys. I'm going to try to sleeve as we go. It's a lot of cards. But hopefully with Sombrero Cat on our side, we can hit a Genesis or a Honeycomb or a Stained Glass or all three. Or maybe even an auto. All right, Antoine Winfield, Justin Jefferson, the National Pride, Denzel Ward, Fred Taylor, Justin Tucker, Cameron Hayward, Jerome Ford for the Browns, Garrett Wilson going to the Jets, Barry Sanders on the Mosaic for the Lions, Denzel Ward for Cleveland, DeAndre Swift for Detroit, Carson Wentz for Washington. There's a Zappy. The future, maybe. Touchdown Masters Joe Mixon for Cincinnati. And a Herbie on the Will to Win for the Chargers. Yeah, I'll try to get this in the mail tomorrow. If I can sort it all, it will go out tomorrow. I definitely plan on it. Post office gets pretty crazy this time of year, as you can all imagine, I'm sure. All right, we got Dallas Clark, C.D. Lamb, Doug Flutie, Mahomes, Emmitt Smith, Art Monk, Tyreek Stevenson for Chicago, Luke Musgrave for Green Bay, Sky Moore on the Mosaic for Kansas City, Zach Martin for the Cowboys, Tyler Lockett for Seattle, Peyton Manning for Indy, Sidney Brown for the Eagles, Tyreek Hill on the Epic Performers for the Dolphins, and a Joe Mixon Thunder Lane for the Bengals. Do you guys have a favorite insert for Mosaic? I like the Thunder Lane. All right, back to 2021. Peyton Manning, T. Higgins, Dan Fouts, Chase Claypool, Antoine Winfield, James Robinson. We got a TJ Watt on the Mosaic for Pittsburgh. Chuba for Carolina. Deshaun Watson for Houston. A.J. Brown on the Touchdown Masters for the Titans. And a Jared Dokes for Miami. And a Nico for Houston as well. Well, I guess technically the case hits. I mean, I suppose Genesis would be my favorite insert. But I'm thinking of the normal inserts. Jamie Collins for Detroit. Jamal Adams for Seattle. And Aaron Rodgers for Green Bay. Yeah, honeycombs are good. We got a Trey Lance on the National Pride, Corey Davis, Christian Watson for Green Bay, Elway, Diggs, Allen Robinson, Damian Harris, Breece Hall for the Jets, Chris Oladukin for Pittsburgh, Daniel Jones for the Giants, and then a Sauce Gardner going to the Jets. Roquan Smith for Chicago, Damian Harris for New England, and a Mark Andrews for Baltimore on the Thunder Lane, and a Carson Strong on the silver. Good old Carson Strong. I've never pulled a micro mosaic. I would love to, though. Maybe tonight is the night. Tony Pollard, J.K., Maurice Jones-Drew, Devontae Smith. We got a Zach Charbonnet for Seattle on the NFL debut. Najee Christian Gonzalez for New England. Rashee Rice going to Kansas City. There you go, Phil Pott. Jackson Smith and Jigba on the NFL debut Mosaic for Seattle. Treylon Burks for the Titans. There's a Josh Allen on the National Pride going to the Bills. Kenny Pickett for Pittsburgh. Joey Porter for Pittsburgh. And we got Mike Evans on the Touchdown Masters for Tampa Bay. And a David Montgomery for Detroit on the Thunder Lane. And a Kid Reporter. Primo, did your break ever update? I haven't checked mine, but I'm guessing it will not be tonight. Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it? They have this small window where the coupons come into play, and then they are just terrible. Terrible. All right, Kyler Murray, Drew Lock, Plaxico Burress, Derek Carr, Kyle Pitts going to the Falcons. The NFL debut, Tom Brady. We got a Jalen Camp on the mosaic for Jacksonville. Pete Werner for New Orleans. Calvin Ridley on the Got Game for Atlanta. Oh, look at that beautiful Kadarius Toney NFL debut. Ay, ay, ay. He lined up wrong. Greg Newsome for Cleveland. And a Justin Fields. There you go, Chicago. We take that. Oh, they actually responded to you? Something malfunctioning on their end. I wonder if they'll extend their sale then. I'm guessing they won't. Tyreek Hill going to Kansas City. Austin Eckler for the Chargers. And a Peyton Manning, Man of the Year for Indy. Elway, Donald Driver, Brett Favre, Luke Kuechly, Devontae Parker, Jerry Rice, Ty Law, Zamir White going to the Raiders, Alante Taylor for New Orleans. We got a Treston Ebner for the Bears, Jesse Bates for the Bengals, Dawson Knox for Buffalo, Elijah Moore for the Jets, and a Dalvin Cook on the Thunder Lane for the Vikings, and a Trey Lance will to win. The man is a winner. I mean, technically, he's on Dallas. He's winning. Mark Andrews, Shannon Sharp, Dallas Goedert, Joey Bosa, Hendon Hooker on the NFL debut for Detroit, Big Ben, Clark Phillips for Atlanta, Riley Moss going to Denver, Zach Martin for the Cowboys, Chargers Antonio Gates, Jerry Kramer for the Packers, Anthony Muniz for the Bengals, Marquise Brown for Arizona, Tony Pollard on the touchdown masters for Dallas. And a Tyree Wilson going to the Raiders on the silver. All right, I think. Yeah, Raiders do well, especially in 2023. My goodness. Yeah, our last break, the Raiders were, I think they got 2 autos, a lot of number cards. They were all over the break. It was a Raiders break for sure. Good bang for the buck. Time for some Ravens. DeAndre Hopkins, Jake Plummer, Derrick Henry, Leonard Williams, Devontae Adams, Von Miller, some kind of sticking. Chris Long, Man of the Year. We got a Josh Allen for the Bills. Jonathan Taylor on the bang for Indy. Terry McLaurin for Washington on the will to win. Christian Barmore for New England. And Elijah Moore for the Jets. We got Ray Lewis. There's a Raven for you. Kadarius Toney. We're probably going to get 10 of him tonight. Going to the Giants. And look at that. Boy, there was a time I would have been super excited to see this. Now I don't know. There's such a limbo world now with Mac. Now I just don't know about the poor fella. Well, it feels like we're about due for something big, aren't we? James Washington, Burrow on the National Pride for the Bengals. Nico, Darnell Mooney, A.J. Brown, Xavier McKinney, Pierre Strong for New England. Logan Hall for Tampa Bay. Breece Hall on the mosaic for the Jets. Nice. Justin Jefferson on the National Pride. Mahomes. A.J. Brown for the Eagles. Sauce Gardner for the Jets. Jets are heating up. DK Metcalf on the Touchdown Masters for Seattle. And a Tony Gonzalez going to Kansas City on the Hall of Fame. Tim Tebow, Adam Thielen, Keenan Allen, Jason Taylor, Justin Jefferson, National Pride, Brock Purdy, Zay Flowers. There you go, Ravens. I know you're happy to see that. Jordan Battle for Cincinnati. Dallas Goedert for the Eagles on the mosaic. DJ Turner for the Bengals. We got T. Higgins for the Bengals. Dallas Clark for Indy. C.D. Lamb going to Dallas. Jonathan Taylor on the Thunder Lane. And a Saquon Barkley on the Touchdown Masters. for the Giants. It was a Zay Flowers. I'll show it in just a second here. We're going to get to them. A lot of rookies in that pack. It was a Zay Flowers. I'm guessing we may see more than one. Melvin Gordon, Dwight Freeney, Joe Mixon, Deontay Johnson, Byron Jones, Peyton Manning, Thomas Davis. We got Laviska Shenault going to the Jags. Jalen Hurts on the bang for the Eagles. Dalvin Cook on the will to win for the Vikings. Anthony Schwartz for the Browns. Amari Rodgers for Green Bay. There's a Joe Burrow for Cincinnati. Kenneth Gainwell for the Eagles. And a nice Tom Brady for New England. I think I'm going to have to make sure 540 cards in a break is my max, and I don't go over that. It's a lot of cards. All right, Jameson Williams going to the Lions on the NFL debut. Kurt Warner, James Robinson, Nick Chubb, Budda Baker, Carson Wentz, Elijah Moore, Tariq Young going to Seattle. Josh Allen for the Bills. Jonathan Greenard for Houston. Allen Robinson for the Rams. Daxton Hill for the Bengals. Marcus Allen on the Hall of Fame for the Raiders. And a George Kittle on the bang going to the 49ers. All right, we got Aaron Jones, Jamar Chase, Goffle, Derek Carr, Jordan Addison going to the Vikings on the NFL debut. Geno Smith, Cedric Tillman for Cleveland. Nolan Smith going to the Eagles. Calvin Hill for Dallas on the mosaic. Sauce Gardner for the Jets. Daniel Jones for the Giants. Frank Tarkenton going to the Vikings. Cansey for Tampa Bay. Odell Beckham going to Baltimore on the Elevate. And a Josh Allen Epic Performers. Hey, JNS. Thanks for the roses. Hope you're doing good. Happy Friday to you, my friend. Hey, what's up, Dice? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I do plan on doing one more PYT tomorrow, guys. TikTok is just having, I guess, some kind of technical difficulty updating their shop, so I don't know when that's going to show up, but hopefully tomorrow it will be there. And then I may take a little Christmas hiatus. Enjoy some eggnog. Jeremy Chin, DeForest Buckner, Nick Chubb, DK, Damian Harris, Jamison Crowder, Caleb Farley for the Titans on the NFL debut. Seems like there's always a card sticking. There it is. Jerry Jeudy going to Denver. Steve Young on the Hall of Fame. Kyler Murray for Arizona on the Touchdown Masters mosaic. Gary Brightwell for the Giants. And a Dax going to Washington. Kirk Cousins, Adafia Wave for Baltimore, and a nice little Herbie there going to the Chargers. Those poor Chargers. Crazy pack. I always wonder why they have to wrap a pack in a pack. It's like they love to use as much plastic as they can. Kenny Pickett, there you go, Pittsburgh on the NFL debut. Tony Baselli, Derrick Henry on the National Pride. Matt Ryan, Joe Burrow, Callaway, Allen, another Kenny Pickett. Isaiah Spiller for the Chargers. Mafi for Seattle. Joe Montana. Aaron Rodgers for Green Bay. TJ Watt for Pittsburgh. Christian McCaffrey for Carolina on the Thunder Lane. And a Trevor Lawrence will to win going to the Jags. Nice to see a couple of Kenny Pickett's in there. All right, Brian Burns, Christian Watson, Kirk Cousins, Amon-Ra, Dak on the National Pride, Nick Bosa, Davis for the Chargers, DJ Turner for Cincinnati, Josh Downs for Indy on the mosaic, Dalvin Cook for the Vikings on the National Pride, Archie Manning for New Orleans. Max Crosby for the Raiders. Uzuma going to Kansas City. Brian Dawkins on the bang going to Denver. And a Breece Hall for the Jets on the Thunder Lane. Hey, what's up, DJ? Hope you're doing good today. Jeff is waking up over there. I think that was the halfway mark of this break, I believe. It's definitely time to see some kind of case hit, right? I'm not picky. Quentin Nelson, Baker, Sean Alexander, Hunter Henry, A.J. Brown, Rashad Bateman on the NFL debut for the Ravens. Nice. Christian McCaffrey, Mark Brunell going to the Jags. Devontae Adams on the bang for Green Bay. Lamar Jackson on the got game for Baltimore. Dwayne Eskridge for Seattle. Amir Smith-Marset for the Vikings. Kid Reporter. Yeah, Baltimore is starting to pick up a little. Barry Sanders for Detroit. Pete Werner for New Orleans. And a Tyreek Hill for Kansas City. All right, big play Slay. Breece Hall for the Jets. Juju, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Hurts, Eric Dickerson, Tyler Lockett, Evan Neal for the Giants, Jalen Tolbert for Dallas, Marquise Brown for Arizona, Marvin Jones for the Jags, Xavier Howard for Miami, George Pickens for Pittsburgh, Eric Dickerson on the Hall of Fame for the Rams, and an Aaron Rodgers will to win for Green Bay. I think I'm going to end up with carpal tunnel just from this break. All right, Ken Anderson, DeAndre Hopkins, Alvin Kamara, Josh Jacobs, Dorian Thompson-Robinson on the NFL debut for Cleveland. Richard Sherman, Josh Downs for Indy, Chad Ryland for New England, Justin Jefferson on the mosaic for the Vikings, another Josh Downs for Indy, Mike Allstott for Tampa Bay, Jahmyr Gibbs for Detroit on the NFL debut, beautiful, Chris Johnson for Tennessee, Michael Vick on the Epic Performers for Atlanta, and a CeeDee Lamb on the Mosaic Epic Performers going to Dallas. All right, I think we need to see like a Trevor Lawrence rookie would be nice about now. Let's see what we can get here. Emmitt Smith, Trent Dilfer, Devin White, Daniel Jones, Josh Jacobs, Kurt Warner, Russell Wilson. We got Abuda Baker going to Arizona. Big Ben on the touchdown masters for Pittsburgh. Dion for Atlanta on the Hall of Fame. Josh Palmer for the Chargers. And a Trey McKitty also for the Chargers. Curtis Martin for the Jets. Javon Holland for the Dolphins. And an Allen Robinson going to Chicago. Hey, thanks for the likes. Appreciate that. There's got to be something good in this pack. Isaac Bruce. Drake London going to the Falcons. Len Dawson, Lamar. How's these cards stick? Aaron Jones. Justin Jefferson. Tristan Wirfs. Treston Ebner for Chicago. Jahan Dotson for Washington. Alan Lazard for Green Bay. Juju for Kansas City. Kirk Cousins. Tyquan Thornton for New England. Jerome Bettis on the Hall of Fame for Pittsburgh. And a George Kittle on the bang going to the 49ers. Jerry Kramer, Anthony Munoz, Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, Aaron Rodgers on the National Pride for the Jets, Kenneth Walker, Jalen Carter for the Eagles, Brenton Strange for the Jags, Antonio Gates on the mosaic for the Chargers. Drew Brees for the Saints. Hello, NFL debut Anthony Richardson. There you go, Indy. That looks good. That'd look good in a slab. And then we got a Debo for the 49ers. Tyreek Hill on the National Pride. That's a pretty card, too. Kirk Cousins on the Touchdown Masters. And a CD Lamb on the silver for Dallas. I agree, JR. I agree. Some cards just look better in a slab. That one definitely qualifies. All right, Donald Driver, Robbie Anderson, Big Ben, Ricky Williams, Drew Brees, Kurt Warner, Tua, Allen Robinson for the Bears, Ray Lewis on the Hall of Fame for Baltimore, Aaron Jones on the silver for Green Bay, Trey Lance for the 49ers, and Evan McPherson for Cincinnati. Bobby Wagner for Seattle. Kyle Trask for Tampa Bay. Oh, I believe in you, Kyle. Chris Carter for the Vikings. I believe in Kyle Trask. I have a couple of Kyle Trask autos. I have not lost hope. What is going on with this pack? I don't know what's going on with this pack. It has been sealed very well. Let's see what's going on in here. Wes Welker. Matt Corral for Carolina. Gabe Davis, Tunsil, Quinn, Robert Woods, Eli, Stafford, Roger McCreary for Tennessee, Danny Gray for the 49ers, Nakobe Dean for the Eagles, Keenan Allen for the Chargers, Drew Brees, going to New Orleans for Atlanta, Marcus Mariota, Ty Law for New England, Derrick Henry for Tennessee on the bang, and a Logan Thomas on the silver for Washington. I think I'm going to need even more sleeves. So many sleeves. I always do these order. All right. I think I've done this correctly. Marquise Brown, Calvin Hill, Devontae Adams, Mike Quick. There's a Josh Downs on the NFL debut for Indy. The card behind it. Come on, card. What are you doing back there? Vita Vea. Luke Schoonmaker for Dallas. Clayton Tune for Arizona. Ray Lewis on the mosaic for Baltimore. Terry McLaurin for Washington. Terrell Davis for Denver. Luke Kuechly for Carolina. Darnell Washington for Pittsburgh. Thunder Lane Mike Allstott for Tampa Bay. And a nice Elevate Trevor Lawrence going to Jacksonville. Oh, give me a second, guys. I need more sleeves. Here. All right, Chad Johnson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Herbie, Danielle Hunter, Deshaun Watson, Trey Lance on the NFL debut for the 49ers, Stafford, Jarvis Landry for the Browns, David Montgomery got game for the Bears, Jonathan Taylor will to win mosaic for Indy, Javonte Williams going to Denver, Sam Ellinger for Indy. All right, let's see here. Come on. Andre Johnson for Houston. John Riggins for Washington. And a Chuba going to Carolina. Tell you what, these 2022s, they know how to seal them. Mac Jones on the National Pride. Trent Williams. Sam Darnold. Joe Thomas. Drew Brees. Austin Eckler. Fletcher Cox. Trent McDuffie for Kansas City. Chase Young. Wait a minute. There's a card behind him. Sometimes these cards just stick. Come on there, get off of there. What is this? What is this? I've never seen a card stick like that. There we go. David Bell for Cleveland. Chase Young for Washington. Desmond Ridder going to Atlanta. CeeDee Lamb for Dallas. Zach Wilson for the Jets. Mahomes on the bang. And a Josh Allen on the silver going to Buffalo. Yeah, we need a Purdy, don't we? Well, there's still time. There's still time. Ed Reed, T. Higgins, Tomlinson, Tyreek, Hurts on the National Pride, Eddie George, Roshan Johnson for Chicago, DTR for the Browns, Ryland on the mosaic going to New England. What? Back-to-back? Rylands. Barry Sanders for Detroit. Charles Woodson for the Raiders. There's Waddle for Miami. DeAndre Hopkins on the Elevate for Arizona. And a Devontae Smith mosaic Elevate going to the Eagles. Yeah, we got 2 packs of each year still to go. It is time for a case hit to show up. We can do this. I still believe. I still believe. It would be nice to see a whole slew of Genesis in one thing, right? At this point, we'd be happy to see one, right? Let's see one. Maybe a nice T-Law. We'll start there. Daniel Sorensen, Jalen Smith, Patrick Queen, Michael Strahan, Ruggs, Travis Etienne for the Jags on the NFL debut, Antonio Gibson, Robert Tonyan for Green Bay, Josh Jacobs for the Raiders, touchdown masters, Jarvis Landry on the bang, Noah Gray for Kansas City, and a Caleb Farley for the Titans. Koo for Atlanta, Jalen Hurts for the Eagles, and a Kwity Paye for Indy. T-Law is hiding on us. All right, if you're looking for somebody, this is the time to call it out. Yeah, no autos. No case hits, no autos. It's been pretty quiet. Cooper Cup, DeForest Buckner, to Amon-Ra, Jordan Poyer, Mike Evans, Maffey for Seattle, Stingley for Houston, James Conner for Arizona on the mosaic, Kurt Warner for the Rams, Michael Vick for Atlanta, Cam Akers for the Rams, Cam Taylor-Britt for Cincinnati, Debo on the Touchdown Masters, and the John Elway on a Mosaic Hall of Fame for Denver. I know I need to bust out Sombrero Cat here. Do something, Sombrero Cat. It's time, buddy. It's almost the final hour here. Please, Sombrero. Please. Trayvon Diggs, A.J. Dillon, Randall Cunningham, Derwin James, Jamar Chase on the National Pride, John Lynch, Tucker Kraft for Green Bay, Jake Moody for the 49ers, Cole Kmet on the mosaic for Chicago, and another Cole Kmet back-to-back, Calvin Hill for Dallas, Ed Reed for Baltimore, Will Levis, there we go, going to Tennessee. There you go, Tennessee. Mike Williams on the Elevate for the Chargers, and a Derrick Henry Touchdown Masters for Tennessee. You know what? I'd even take a Kadarius Toney Genesis at this point. Or a Henry Ruggs Genesis. That would be something. All right, Sombrero Cat. Work it, buddy. Work it. We need you now. We need you right now. Yeah, with so many cards, I'll really have to see once I sort where everybody stands. But I'll help you out. Oh, gosh. Billy Sims, DJ, Carson Wentz, Blake Martinez, Tom Brady, Jerome Bettis, Dante Culpepper for the Vikings, Javon Holland for Miami, Russell Wilson, Will to Win, Evan McPherson on the silver, Ben Skrowanek for the Rams, and Odeyingbo for Indy. Tremaine Edmonds for Buffalo, Chase Winovich for New England, and a Greg Rousseau for the Bills on the NFL debut. I'm hoping Sombrero Cat is saving something up here. Hangers or bangers. I think I need to do a case of hangers. Logan Thomas, Josh Allen, National Pride, Joe Mixon, Kelsey, Auto, Micah Parsons, Derek Carr, Rashad Penny, Romeo Doubs for Green Bay, Cameron Thomas for Arizona, Derek Stingley for Houston, Jamal Adams for Seattle, Joe Burrow, DK Metcalf for Seattle, Zeke on the Thunder Lane for Dallas, and a Dak Prescott will to win. We're down the last pack. I will help you out if you had a rough one. Hopefully we see something good here, Sombrero Cat. I do like that these are, cheaper breaks, but you still want to see a big hit. All right, good luck, guys. Last pack. Joe Mixon, Vinatieri, Lawrence Taylor, Gronk, Lawrence Taylor again, Sam Howell, Bijan going to Atlanta. All right, we'll take that. Van Ness for Green Bay, Charlie Jones for Cincinnati, Sky Moore for Kansas City, Paul Krause for the Vikings, my autos for Kansas City. Don't be sticking now. I tell you, why do they got to stick? Cooper Kupp for the Rams. And then Aaron Donald for the Rams on the bang, and Malik Willis on the silver to wrap it up. Yeah, I'll get